Good morning, everyone. This is Jenny Liles. Welcome to Out of My Mind. Today, we're going to discuss the case of the dirty, rotten little milk spiller. We're going back to parenting again today because it's one of my favorite topics, because if we raise children without violence, they become people who don't perpetuate violence. So we're trying to do that here. Now, the dirty, rotten little milk spiller is simply an illustration I use with a lot of my parents in therapy to help them understand the difference between three broad categories of the way that we manage children in situations. Now, I want you to imagine for a moment that you have a child, and this child is roughly 3 years old. We will call this child Alex. Okay? And Alex has discovered how to pour their own milk. Yay, Alex. Alex is so bright. Alex has figured out how to get the gallon of milk from the refrigerator and pour it, and he's so proud of himself. So you know what he's going to do? He's going to run to you in the living room because he's so proud of what he was able to do on his very own. And, of course, as you all know, he spilled it. He spilled it big. Now, I want you to imagine that while Alex is doing this, you are the only one home with Alex. And you are on the phone. You are on the phone with somebody you truly enjoy talking to. This person makes you feel uplifted, makes you feel safe. This is a person that you can talk to about anyone. This is somebody who is definitely in the merry category. So, Alex has just spilled milk all over the room, and let's go, for example, and assume that you have carpet. So now we have a mess on the carpet that has to be dealt with. Now, there are 3 different ways that you can deal with this broadly. The first way is to do what I call Queen of the Chair. And you just kind of point at Alex and say, you need to clean that up. And you don't get off the phone and you don't address it. You just act to yell at Alex and make Alex deal with it. And Alex, honestly, at 3, probably has no idea what he or she did wrong. So Alex is probably going to be a bit confused. Another way to deal with it, and thus comes the title of this particular video, is to scream at Alex, "You dirty little milk spiller! You are never going to do that again! How dare you mess up my living room! How dare you, you awful dirty little milk spiller!" And of course, nobody actually calls their child a dirty little milk spiller. In this case, dirty little milk spiller is standing in place of something far more harmful. But what you are doing is labeling. You may be getting up, you may be cleaning up the mess, but what you are also doing is telling Alex that in some way he has earned your disapproval in a way that may be fundamental. You could substitute that dirty little milk spiller for stupid or clumsy or aggravating or too loud or too quiet or not enough of this or too much of that. It doesn't really matter. If you put a label on a child and that label sticks, then that child is going to be affected by it, and it is not going to be a good effect. I was the smart one in my family, and believe it or not, smart one isn't particularly helpful either. So finally, we got parent number 3. Parent number 3 talks to their person they're on the phone with and says, "Excuse me, Alex just managed to bring me milk, but he's got a bit of a mess to clean up, so I've got to go help him. I'll call you back in a minute." Okay? Because remember, this is a merry person, and they're going to completely understand if you get off the phone. And even if they don't, this is your child at stake, so to heck with them. So you get off the phone and then you look at Alex and say, "Oh, Alex, you are so wonderful. Look what you just did. You poured your very own milk. I am so proud of you. But here in our house, when you drink milk all by yourself, I want you to do it in the kitchen. So let's pick up your cup right now and let's take it to the kitchen." Okay, come on. And you make this very, very welcoming, and you run with Alex to the kitchen. And while you're in the kitchen, you grab the paper towels and you grab a spray bottle of whatever cleaner you use, or maybe a sponge or a towel or something. And you run back into the living room with Alex and you say, okay, Alex, now what we're going to do, because, you know, when you make a mess, you have to clean it. Okay, so I'm going to put the paper towel or the sponge or the whatever on top of the milk mess. And you know what 3-year-olds like to do more than anything else in the world is stomp their feet. So you put Alex in the living room with you and say, Alex, you made this mess. You have to help me clean it up, okay? So the first thing we need to do is get as much of the milk out of the carpet as we can. So I need you to put those paper towels right there. Oh, really good. That's exactly the right spot. Oh, we maybe need to move it just a bit. Okay, now you ready? I want you to stomp up and down and up and down and up and down. And yes, I'm stomping right now. I'm trying to show you what you want to do with Alex. So you stomp up and down with Alex and you encourage Alex to clean up the mess, and then you hand them the spray bottle and you work with them on that. And when they're done, you say, thank you so much for helping me clean up your mess, Alex. That's what people do when they make messes. They clean them up. And you know what? Alex will be a better kid because instead of calling him a name or kind of ignoring the fact that you now have milk seeping into your carpet and going back to your conversation, or spanking him or screaming at him, instead you helped him solve a problem. Now he may not remember, but he now knows that when he gets milk or she gets milk out of the refrigerator, yay, it's fine to try to pour it on their own because that's what you told them. Of course, if your house is different, you can tell them that too. And they have to do it in the kitchen. And that's pretty much it. So, yay, Alex, for getting the milk out. Congratulations, Alex. Now you know what to do when you mess with the milk. Okay? But before I go away, I am going to show all of you parenting the case of the dirty, rotten milk spiller. What lessons does your child learn? 1, no one will help me. Mistakes don't matter. Lack of motivation, depression. If you don't get up and help your child deal with the problem, your child is going to think they don't matter. A child who hears dirty, rotten milk spiller, clumsy, lazy, all of those things, they're going to internalize, that means make part of themselves, the idea that they're bad, meaning a mistake is dangerous. This will create anxiety, fear, anger, fight, flight, freeze, or fawn. Now, if you instead respond to Alex's getting the milk and then making a mess as, you know what? You made the milk, good job on you, but now you got to clean up the mess because you made a bit of a mistake. You will teach Alex that I can do things. If I make a mistake, someone will help me learn from it. I will figure out how to fix my mistakes. Mistakes aren't that big a deal most of the time. Alex will learn those things, and those will be really important things for him or her to learn. Thank you for joining in with me today. Oh, crud, I just realized I grabbed the same number. Thank you very much for tuning in with me today, and I will talk to you again soon. This is Out of My Mind. You can find me at patreon.com/JLILES or at oomm.live. And I will always have a little something to say about parenting, about mental health, about how the world affects people with mental health issues, about how mental health issues affect the world, or about how you can make your life just a bit better, if not forever, at least for a minute or two. Thank you very much, and I will talk to you again soon.